welcome back to the Armchair's View. Joining me this week is Chalky and Mike. How are we?
Yeah, all good, mate.
All good, all good.
Don't really know where to start this week because this wasn't on the agenda at all, but the news today breaking that Isak is asked to consider his options this week. Chalky, that must be music to your ears because I'd imagine that might have come from a little bit of tapping up from Liverpool.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself because there's Saudi on the cards. You don't know who can come in.
Surely he's too young for Saudi.
Al Hilal has been linked. It's probably from their owners as well. I expect it to benefit them. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to fit all these players in the same.
What if he signed for you?
If he signed for us, yeah, signing Ekatike. I think Darwin Núñez will be off, and then you've obviously Diaz linked as well, so that'll be a bit of money back there. But I think Hugo Ekatike is a striker, so are they going to go two strikers, or is one going to be benched? It's going to be you've got £80 million on one striker and potentially 120 million on another striker. I don't think you're going to want.
They want, I think.
Yeah, I think Liverpool are submitting a £120 million bid though, and maybe chucking Harvey Elliott in there possibly. But are they going to fit all these players in the same team? Because like I say, you don't want someone 80 million on the bench.
I think they can both play off the left, can't they? Ekatike and I.
Then you got Cody Gakpo as well, who's done well last year. It's an interesting time because it seems like I don't know whether they're planning for after Salah because he's got 2 years left. Whether they give him 1 year and offload him to Saudi, I don't know.
I think that's probably likely to happen, isn't it?
I think they get a bit of money back.
I think you want to sell him this summer. I think he still could have a very good season next season.
They ain't selling him this year.
No. I think they should. Because everyone was saying they should sell him last season, but then he's had one of the best seasons, and he's not. I don't think he'll replicate it this season. I know a lot of people said it last season, but I think you want to get your bang for his buck this season. You want to get the money for him now.
You get Salah have a little bit of an off season. So like I say, last season 30 goals and nearly 20 assists or whatever. If he drops down a little bit, he's basically Bukayo Saka.
He's a good player.
He's a good player.
Saka is a good player, but
yeah.
I think the problem is that at his age, if he does have a lull, or even has a bad spell even at the end of the season or whatever, that's a massive hit. If Isak has a little bit of a drop in form, his price isn't coming down at all because they know the potential's there and he's still got youth. Whereas Salah is, 33 now? 33, 34.
Yeah,
as soon as he has a lull, he's gonna be past it soon. He's coming down. He's lost a bit of pace or this and that, and you're gonna lose about 40% of his price tag.
He signed that 2 year deal, so I think it'll be 1 year at Liverpool, unless he goes on an absolutely mad season again, which is possible because he looks after himself.
One injury though.
Yeah. But say he has another mad season, I think he'll stay again till his contract runs out. But
sorry, from one of my things where I panicked, I haven't pressed record.
Daniel doesn't trust technology.
Daniel doesn't trust Daniel.
But I think if he has another mad season, he'll see out the whole contract. I think. But I think if he does start to low off, I think he'll go Saudi.
I think even if he has just as good a season, we'll just get more money for him.
Yeah.
I don't think they get more money for him. They won't get more money for him next season than this season, even if he has another good season.
He's Saudi, mate. He's like king over there.
What I mean is, if he has a poor season, you could get hypothetically 40 million. If he has another season like this, 80 million. That's what I mean by more money.
Yeah, but I think they can get. I don't think you get 80 million next season. Even if he has a really good season, I think that's.
I think
a Saudi club, I say, might pay a lot.
Without looking too much into it, I think the Saudi League are quite keen to get.
He's like the face of Africa, isn't he?
Yeah, and also people who are their religion into the league as well. I think there's been quite a push for that.
You might get lucky in the sense that he's got AFCON this year, so he might get a little break from a potentially quite hectic Premier League. So we've got Champions League, Premier League. Because when is AFCON? It's
January.
It is January, which is a Champions League, and I think the FA Cup.
FA Cup
is it
kicks off.
Champions
League is in January.
I thought it finished November, December, and come back February.
Oh, maybe then. But there's a cup in January. I think there's.
They'll be out by then anyway.
Possibly, but he might miss out on a slightly busier Premier League season to go to the AFCON.
Would Isak fill that void then for you?
They got at the moment. Like I say, they've also got a young lad, Rio Ingamoa, and he looks absolutely class as well. Like so
You've
quick
mentioned him a few times now, haven't you?
Yeah, he does look absolutely mustard, but he's only 16. He came from Chelsea's youth academy, and he looks. Obviously, you're not going to chuck a 16-year-old in the deep end straight away.
Well, the Premier League.
I think I think he'll get a lot of game
Couple
time
of
this year in Carabao Cups, FA Cups maybe, and potentially even in the league. So he's another one that can also come in and excite some fans, I think.
You've done well there, Chalky. I asked you about Isak and you've turned it into a bit of a debate about Liverpool. But we are going to mention Liverpool and how many millions and millions of pounds they're spending.
Was it 290 something now?
Just before we finish talking about Isak, I find the timing quite weird.
Yeah.
Because like Chelsea have bought a striker this window, Liverpool have just bought a striker. United are after a striker. Realistically, he ain't going there.
I don't think he'd want. We'd be stupid to go to United. United don't have anywhere near
the timing
level
just
they're playing at to do
seems
it.
weird.
I
I would
would
have
do it a
thought,
week or two before.
yeah, and before pre-season starts, like, why not get it in and then you can start? Because if this come out 4 weeks ago, clubs would have been all over
Well,
it.
Ekitike is already in China with the squad.
Exactly.
But there might be that element of if he didn't want Liverpool, or it might even be as simple as something's happened at Newcastle and he doesn't want. Do you know what? I don't want to be here anymore.
I've seen a lot of people saying he could have been waiting to see what Newcastle do in the window, see if they go ambitious. And obviously they've got rejected by a lot of players this transfer window. Nothing's really happening. He could think lack of ambition. Nothing's going on.
I think they've made some quite decent signings. I think Alanga will be a really good signing for them.
If it's about it, that's about
Who
it.
else? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, sometimes, especially the last few years, Newcastle bought quite a lot of people. I think it's good that they're not now just going, right, we're in Champions League, let's
they
just chuck it.
I don't think they have bought quite a few people. The problem Newcastle are getting is they can't attract top players because no one, that being rude, no one wants to go to the northeast of the country. They're having a real struggle. Like Mbuemo only wanted Man United. João Pedro wanted to go to Chelsea. James Trafford, it looks like they're losing out on now to Man City, and I think.
Well, they're linked with Benjamin Sesko now, aren't they? And Lewis Openda, both from Leipzig. I think Sesko's the most. He's probably the one that they should go for. I think out of all of them, he's looked good. Who's he played for? Slovenia or Slovakia? I can't remember now. But he's looked good for them, and he does score a few worldies as well.
Problem
Yeah,
I think with Sesko is other clubs have looked at him and no one's gone for it. Like Arsenal were linked. United, even though they're desperate for a striker, haven't gone for him.
He's very young and raw, I think.
I think people. So last season he got 13 goals and 5 assists in the league in 33 games for Leipzig. So is there a reason these teams are sort of leaving it? Slovenian, he is. Is there a reason? I don't know. I don't watch him enough, in all fairness, but it kind of makes you think. I mean, Arsenal have gone for Gyökeres instead. I don't know if he was ever linked with Chelsea, but obviously they've got Delap and João Pedro.
And Jackson and...
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
not the worst return though, is it? Or was it 13 goals and 5 assists?
So
Yeah,
I
it's not too
think
bad.
Newcastle.
And Leipzig were on a bit of a lull last year as well. They didn't quite make Europe.
Yeah,
That's
but
not too bad
Newcastle
return.
really want to be pushing for the league. I mean, according to Arteta, they've got 8 teams pushing for the league, or 9 teams. He had 8 rivals pushing for the league, and I think
that's a kind way of putting it.
Yeah, but I think
it's a kind way of saying there's 8 teams
no,
competing for the place of Arsenal's place of 3rd
no,
or
it's
4th.
Arteta trying to get a bit of pressure off himself, I think. But the point I'm making is, if Newcastle want to be that club, they then need to keep Isak, sign players like.
Yeah, but if they sell him, they can reinvest that into a lot. Like
But
they
they're
need a
struggling to
centre
get
back.
players in.
I'd say the problem is they also need to make sure, which they are doing. Gamarara's I can never say his name. Bruno, Tonali. I wouldn't say Joelinton. I don't think anyone can. Joelinton's alright, but I don't think he's going to be hunted exactly. I think their back four almost needs refreshing a little bit because Dan Burns up there in age, isn't he? They have got Hall, who's quite young. Who's
Livermento's
quite young.
Linked with City quite a lot, don't he?
Yeah.
They've got Sven Botman, who I think is a good player.
Injury prone.
Yeah,
Fabian Schär seems to pick up a few injuries. Dan Burn's been pretty consistent for him.
I'd say the thing with Schär and Burn, they're both what, 30 something now? They're both in their 30s. So
I'm not sure old Schär is. I know Dan Burns 31, 32, I think.
I think Schär's nearly 30 or is a little over that. I'm not 100% sure on him. But those two need replacing.
Dan
really.
Burns 33.
Yeah, I know Dan Burn was about that once.
And
but I think they need a more stable back four as well. Yeah, there's an aging defence there.
They were
which
linked
needs
to
be sorted.
Gahey last season, weren't they?
Yeah. Gahey would have been a good signing, I think.
And they couldn't agree a deal. I don't understand why they didn't just put a little bit more down for
But maybe they're trying to have that point of, well, we're not just going to pay because we're Newcastle, we're owned by the richest club or one of the
A
richest
lot of
clubs in the
Newcastle
world.
fans have that opinion of they get charged Saudi tax.
Yeah, but Man City get that.
Yeah.
If you're one of the richest clubs in the world, clubs go, well, you can pay it.
Yeah.
If you don't need to sell, you don't need to sell.
It's not unique to Newcastle.
No.
I don't think. I
No,
know what you
not
say.
at
I've
all.
seen a lot of Newcastle fans saying it as
I,
well.
you got Liverpool, City, Newcastle.
United, I'd say, are the worst. United probably get charged a tax.
Yeah,
more than anyone
probably
else.
because no one wants to give them the best players because they've always had the best players. It's almost a bit of bitterness there, maybe. But if you need the best players, you've got to have a way of either bucking up or be clever about it and sign them like Madrid do quite a lot and just sign at the end of their contract sometimes.
So I think United.
I don't know if that's clever by Madrid.
I didn't realise.
Naughty at points. What
I
they
didn't
do.
realise the other day that-
If they don't break a rule, they don't get done by it. You've got to find a way around it, haven't you?
So Brian Mbeumo, I think he was in his last year of contract, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And they paid 71 million for him. Like, that's
United
crazy.
just don't.
I'm sorry, I don't think that's overpaying. You're paying for a Premier
Yeah,
League
but
player
1
that
year
can-
left on the
for
contract.
12 months. they
Yeah,
paid
but
that for.
so I understand would you want to wait a year, and especially in the state they're in, they need to wait a year
Yeah.
to get a player like that in.
I do
They
get
need a
that.
guaranteed.
but
He's an
Brentford-
18 goal a season player.
Brentford once. I don't know if he's done that more than once, but Brentford needed to cash in, so they didn't lose him for free. So as much as United wanted him, Brentford also needed to sell him.
Didn't
So
Bueno
there's a
come out
bit
and
of
saying
two
he was happy to stay? Which means theoretically, if they'd have lost out on him, he could have just signed a 3-year
Which
extension or
means
something,
that-
and then they would have never have got him.
No, he was happy to stay until his contract finished, he said, which is a year. So that then put pressure on Brentford, but United apparently then also felt the pressure because they upped the bid. I think it's overpaid. To be, we'll see how he does. This
I think
year,
it's
but
only overpaid because it's the last year of a contract. I
Yeah.
think he's a great player.
if he had 3 years left, I'd say all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, I still think it's
2 to 3
high.
years.
I think
But,
even
yeah.
if Brentford reinvested well and did well again, or got something that won the Carling Cup or something, then got Europe, he might have then extended his contract and stayed. And then the thing is, a year's a long time, and you lose a whole year of him. And like, how old is Bueno? What, 28 now? He's in it.
No, I
Yeah,
think
he's
it's
quite
20,
young.
24, 25.
Is he quite young?
Yeah, he's quite young. I know he looks like doesn't he?
Worcester.
I thought
It's the
same
beard,
thing.
isn't it? The
When I
beard
heard-
ages people.
When I
So
heard
he's
his,
25.
He's 25.
But
Okay,
he
so
will be 26 in August.
Okay, so he's coming into the next 2 years of his life, supposedly, according to sports science, whatever, are supposed to be his peak football
I
playing
think you've got
years.
to about your 30 now, haven't you, to peak, I think, now.
I thought it was
28
26, 28 was
Yeah.
supposed to be a peak
I'd
of your
say
age.
28 to 30 is probably when you're at your...
Maybe.
Depending on how early you start, though, because
Yeah.
you see players coming earlier.
you got your Rashford,
Yeah.
and
I'd
Sterling.
Isak, yeah.
I'd say the thing is they're supposed to get the best years out of him now, and you could look back in 4 years, and if he gets roughly 18 goals in the next 3 years, I was going bargain. What a bargain!
It's just
I know it's a bit off topic as well, but like you look at Chelsea's squad now.
huge.
I know, but like I don't see how they can like sign anyone else now because they've got so many players they need to offload. Like,
They've got 2 more coming in, haven't they? You've got right back from Ajax coming in.
yeah, Hato, yeah,
And Simmons.
Xavi Simmons, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They'll probably do a lot of loans.
Good signings them as well.
They'll
I
probably
rate
get a
that.
lot of
Mm.
get a lot of people like that. They used
Well,
to
they
do that a lot.
essentially
Of
sold
them used to-
Madueke, and that's... I don't really want to touch on financial fair play and all that, but they've got rid of like an academy graduate and spent the money on someone else. I don't really like that side of it, but
Chelsea seem to be very savvy.
you
again
could
with
say
that.
he's probably an upgrade from Madueke. Well, he appears it from what he's done for Leipzig, but until he's done it in Premier League...
There's not. I don't think there's not a lot of players you would say isn't an upgrade on Madueke. I don't think he's that good. He's not.
He's just gone for 52 something million. He's not.
And as an English player at that age, that's not a lot theoretically. If you're supposedly one of the best,
for more.
what 50 million?
Yeah.
Gordon went for that.
I think he was about 40, 45. Gordon.
I thought it was nearly 60.
No, it's about 40, 45.
40, 45.
Mm.
So
I don't. Not many players go for plus 50.
He might flourish. At
English
Arsenal and
tax.
prove
Now,
everyone
you got
wrong.
the English tax.
And like I say, I'm not the biggest Madueke fan either, but he might go and shock everyone. I hope he does because he's English and World Cup year.
I'd like to see him do well just because he's gone to Arsenal. I'd like
Yeah.
to see Arsenal have a proper title push.
I
Just
think-
because the amount of times they just
I think
don't.
they're going to fall off.
They always do. That's because they always do. Every single season, they might have
Yeah,
a start. I don't think last year at any point did they look like they were getting anywhere near that title.
No, I think they were the closest.
They were the
team to it,
closest,
to be
but that's
fair,
'cause
but I
There was
think
no one
this
else
year-
because City had such a poor season.
I think this year they're going to be in a fight just to get top 4.
I did.
If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Arteta's come out saying there's 8 other teams. So essentially, he's almost saying half the league are challenging for the league.
Which is stupid.
Problem is, Liverpool have spent so much money, and it looks like it ain't stopping. It's going to be hard to catch them now.
You say that. There's a lot of money comes, a lot of pressure, both from the
That's-
manager and the players coming in. If there's
Something.
there's what? Say they got They got that Atiki already and Verts, and they brought Isak as well. That's 3 players to learn each other's style, to learn how to play with each other.
That's almost half a...
Well, it's almost
it's almost half a billion if they get those 3. So
and it's your entire attack
Isak's
force.
150 was Verts was 120, was he?
No, 100. I think it's 100. Either 106 or 115 with add-ons, and then you've got 79.
250. So
I think it's like 293 at the moment.
What for the 3 of those? Just those 3
Oh no,
or
and
everyone?
Frimpong and Kirkes as well. 293, and they didn't spend anything last summer. And PSR is over 3 years, isn't it? So they didn't spend anything last summer.
I think they're getting rid of PSR after this year, aren't they? They're moving to something else. I'm not entirely sure.
That's because
so
Liverpool breached it.
They spent that, but obviously they say last year was just, I think it was like 14 million on Chiesa, but Chiesa and Diaz are both linked away.
And
They sold Nunes as well. Yeah, he is linked with I think he's been linked with Juventus lately.
Is he?
Yeah, but obviously they sold Kelleher 18, Kwanzaa 35. They're both pure
How
profit.
you got that for those 2?
Yeah, and then you got, I think Nat Phillips has just left for 3 million to West Brom. Trent we got 8.5 for.
How you done that? Basically, for him to play like, what, 6
that's
games?
probably about 60 million there, like sort of thing. And then you got Diaz likely to go, and that's reported up to 70 odd million. Nunes, I think, will probably get between 50 and 60 million, and Harvey Elliott again, he's 40 to 50 million. So they've still got players to sell. And at the moment, it's been quite a busy window for a lot of clubs.
Has Harvey Elliott gone? Has he?
I don't
He's
think.
going to say,
Linked-
how much do you
linked
think you're going to get
Newcastle.
for him?
They apparently said 40 million without a buyback clause, or 50 million.
If you get 40 or 50 million
No.
for Harvey Elliott, you took a gun to that negotiation table. That's ridiculous.
As much as I don't like him,
he's not
quite a
that
good
good.
player,
He's not
and
that.
young.
He's not 40.
Well,
He's
he's already
English
said,
tax.
he's already said about English tax.
Yeah.
So
There's no way. Even
And
with
he's
English tax,
just had
he's
a hell of a
not that
tournament
good.
for the under 21s, isn't
Yeah,
he?
but the under 21s, like, anyone who's that good doesn't play for the under 21s tournament. Anyone who's that good.
Well, he didn't play a lot for Liverpool last year.
Mm.
You said it's been quite a busy transfer window. I don't think it. I think it has for the so-called big 6. Maybe take Newcastle out, but like Tottenham have spent a bit of money. Chelsea have spent a bit of money. United are now starting to spend money.
We
You've
can't
spent a
seriously
bit of
keep
money.
calling United and Tottenham
I
the big
don't
6,
think-
can we?
I didn't say top. I said big.
They were
It's
bottom
spending
6.
power. But other clubs aren't it? Like Villa haven't done anything. Fulham haven't done anything.
I think
Everton
Villa
have
got to be
spent
careful
little.
though, because they went mad in the loan market, didn't they?
But what I mean is it.
I actually think they did really well in that loan
It
market.
also-
I did as well, yeah. It was really good.
Just
It
that
looks
last
like it's
game.
quite a slow moving transfer window so far, and I think it's just going to take one transfer, one domino to fall, and I think it's going to erupt.
There's a lot of people waiting to, we'll sell him if we can get him, and if we can't get him,
But
we'll
like
blah, blah, blah.
McAtee's been linked with loads of teams from City, so I think it's going to take maybe a transfer like that, and you'll start seeing him go. Because I think Grealish will also then be out of City. Won't shock me if like Oscar Bob got a loan.
He looks alright to be fair. Oscar Bob, he's that young winger, isn't he?
Yeah, he played left back a lot for them as well.
I think he looked alright to be fair. Saying that, I didn't really watch him
One
against
thing
Everton.
I hope is if Jack Grealish does go, he just gets that freedom again. I love Grealish.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Love to see that freedom in the Hill Dickinson. Love to see it.
David Moyes will look after him.
He will.
I think
you get him
Villa
playing,
could do
mate.
worse than getting him back. I think, especially if they've lost Asensio and Rashford, haven't they? Because obviously that was loan. They could loan in Grealish.
It's a lot of wages. That's the problem, isn't it? It's a lot. He's on what, 300 grand a week. So even if you took half his wages, he'd be one of the top earners at Everton. They're probably one of the top earners at Villa. I don't know who's above him.
Villa, I'm not sure how their wage structure is.
No, I don't know. But there's
But I'd imagine Rashford was on a good whack. Asensio would have been on a good whack.
This is what I think some people need to just take on the chin, is that you are paid so much to play football. 300 grand a week, I'm sorry, but if you really want to play football that badly,
well, Sancho's a good example. He's now linked to Juventus.
Just take the hit on the wages and go play your actual football. Especially for people like everyone else out there who plays £4, £5 a week to play football, and they're getting paid 300 grand a week. I don't want to I'll take a big pay cut.
I do agree with you, but what I would say is, would you take a pay cut to go and do what you do?
Do what I do? Yeah. I don't enjoy what I do. That's the difference.
Yeah, maybe.
If someone offered me minimum wage to play football,
but
I'd
if you've
do
got
it.
a contract for 3 years and you're on 350 grand a week,
right?
Like we've said before, some players are just interested in it as a job, not to play.
Yeah, but
football.
that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, but then they are just going to sit on that contract. They're not going to take a lesser wage. I mean, as much as like football romantics would love it, it's not likely, is it?
No, I don't dispute that. But if then that's the point, you just go all right then. Does well.
But what may happen
that's
this
one thing I
year,
will say with Jack Grealish. It does seem he's
a
there for a
tournament
time,
year, isn't it? It's an international tournament.
Yeah.
That's what could ignite this year.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to get a lot of the people who are on the cusp of their international sides is going to either I need to make a move or I need to make a point.
No, I think see Harvey Elliott talking about it, though, like say he basically saying he wants to stay at Liverpool, but he's got to think about himself now, whether he wants to go and move and play regularly or try and fight to stay in the team.
Rashford's taken a pay cut, hasn't he? To join Barcelona. Yeah. Apparently he's taken like a €10 million hit.
You know, like I was saying earlier. I
think over the course of his contract, wasn't it?
No, this season. He's only on a loan. So I don't know how
much he
must have
on Barcelona.
It's quite a...
Was he on 250 or something?
Yeah, so I don't know how much that...
Well, if he's on £250,000 a week, that's about
allegedly it's like
a
10% pay cut, but he's not on 100 million a year, so... I don't know, there's a few different reports. A lot of it
that might be something. I was going to say that might have been inflated, but it might be a case of he's lost out from some sponsors and because he's not playing in England.
What do you think about Rashford moving to Barca, Chalky?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's warm weather, probably good. They say warm weather's better for like injuries and things like that, don't they? And don't know. I think he could suit Spain. I hope he does well because I think he's an asset to England. Definitely. I think that's one side that we are a bit weak on the left hand side.
Plus, there's quite a lot of Spanish players in Barcelona. All we've got to do is crunch a couple of them in training before the tournament, and England have a lot better chance of winning something.
Well, it's the
Agent Marcus.
Yeah, just snap your email before the World Cup.
He's 16. He'll bounce right back. Yeah. He's 18 now, isn't he?
Rashford always seems to perform well when there's a tournament coming up. He seems to have a purple patch and put himself back in the England fold. So I hope he does well, because he's something different for England as well. He's quite direct. There's not many players we've got that are quite direct and then we'll get a shot.
I like that though, because sometimes you see players' motivation sometimes. Like Theo Walcott always played his best football in his last year of his contract for Arsenal.
I don't know if that's fair.
But if he does get a little bit better every season before the tournament, that's probably because that's what really motivates him. He wants to play for England. And you can obviously he's not been very happy at United as well.
Going back to your point, if you're on £350,000 a week, you should be motivated every day.
If that's it, if he's here for the football, the money doesn't matter to him that much. The money isn't going to motivate him. He wants to play the football. He wants to do whatever, doesn't it?
It does make you wonder though, when you've been on a big contract for so long. Do you stop caring about the money? Because like you say, their bank accounts must rack up. Like eventually when you've got so much money there, do you even care about
spend it?
I mean,
people like us have no idea how we spend it, but they will have spent it. They'll just spend it as much as easy as it comes in.
There's a lot of them invested in that now, but I feel a bit sorry for Rashford because he's done obviously quite a lot of good off the pitch, and then people tend to use it as a stick to beat him with.
Yeah, but anything in football,
any idiot will try and turn it on him because they'll go, just concentrate on football, stop doing this and that.
He's taken a lot of sort of stick and abuse, hasn't he? And then people, like you say, just go, concentrate on your football. But
what do you want us to do? Play football 20 hours a day and then have a nap and then start playing again? You've got to have other things you do.
I do feel a bit, but
it's football fans, isn't it?
He also done help himself. Do you remember was it January when he went to, I think it was Ireland for a couple of days, missed training, and he was seen in a pub drinking or something like that.
Yeah.
He also hasn't helped himself. But I hope he does.
It's harsh. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a few players out there like Ronaldo which will commit their entire life to being a footballer. I don't think you can say he's done as much as Ronaldo. Ronaldo's shaped himself into an athlete to become it. I think Ashley Young has done very well to keep himself fit in the past.
Just got a new contract.
Yes, as what I was about to say. I think he's done very well the past 10 years to keep himself in good nick and healthy and fit. He's done very well to do it. But players like Sancho, Rashford,
Rashford's in good nick at the minute.
Yeah,
I think a load of reports.
Yeah, but if he's gone to a pub and had an alcohol, he's obviously enjoying a bit of a rest day and a break and a whatever. You know, that's what Ronaldo would have to go at people like Sancho because they were having chocolate cake in the cafeteria.
Jermaine Defoe. Is it Jermaine Defoe come out and said he didn't have a drink of alcohol at all in his career? I'm sure it's Defoe.
You
might have to check on that. Yeah.
I think people forget though, footballers are just normal people. They've got lives and they've got hobbies outside. Like people expect, like I said, people expect them to be playing football 24/7. But they're not. They're people. They want to go out drinking like the normal person. And I know they've got some responsibilities, but we're all the same, really. Like say, we all want to do these things.
You never get your 20s back, do you? And the problem is they've got almost give up from being all the way up to when they're 18 in their academy age, all the way through to their 35, and then they've got nothing to do after that. They've just missed out on 20s in 5 years.
This is a very serious subject, really, isn't it? It's a bit. Should we go back on to to Rashford at Barcelona because he's got a hell of a job to break into the starting 11. I
Was
think.
it Rafinha,
Rafinha off the left, Lewandowski and
Yeah.
Yamal, sorry, on the right. He's just been given the number 10 shirt. He's never getting in front of
If he can
Yamal.
break in over Rafinha, who had a great season last year.
Didn't he get like 35 goals or something last year?
Yeah, he was great. He
Rafinha.
scored some great goals in Champions League as well.
Lewandowski's another year older. And they're not all going to play 90 minutes every week.
He's not one in really good nick. He never looks like he's going to. He never looks like he ages, that guy.
He might even rotate and put Rashford up top rather than on the wing. I don't know.
Could put him as cam.
Yeah.
I don't think
he ain't playing in midfield.
Behind the striker, something like that.
And Barcelona don't play that though, did they? They've got the holder and the two.
Yeah, maybe. But we'll see that. It might have a plan for him.
But like,
it might just be backup.
People might get injured and then he may come in. I think, like I said, not every, or those three in particular aren't going to play 90 minutes every week. They're going to have to rotate.
I personally think this day and age you can never have too much depth because.
Well, not what you said about Chelsea.
No, but I think there's depth and then there's
so much depth.
Yeah, that's it. But like you look at Arsenal last year, like lose Gabriel, and they lost Odegaard quite a long time. Like they could have done with a lot of depth last year. But like I said, now they've got Rashford and Rafinha that can play on that side, or Rashford can play up top. I just think with how many games that these, like I say, especially the top clubs now with Champions League, FA Cup, and that they have Copa del Rey and whatnot. There's just so many games now. Like you need to keep rotating as much as you can.
Especially with, like we said, the international tournament next summer.
Like I say, I think some of these players could probably do with a break. Like say, you get that first one, don't you, in September? Like I think a lot of these players, could, especially the ones at City and Chelsea, could probably be like, nah, don't need to go to that.
Like Foden did, and I think we were touched on that last week on our live episode. Well, good. Best of luck to Rashford.
Hopefully
we hope
brings that form to the World Cup.
Speaking of international tournaments, did you guys watch the Lionesses?
I watched, I think, probably the best bit as well, the last 10 minutes.
I watched extra time and I watched about half of the first half, I think it was.
What did you do for the second half?
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Okay. So, I think I watched it all. Just trying to think now. Yeah, to be fair, I did.
Italy looked better than I thought they were going to be.
So I don't think Italy took their chance well. I don't think they looked like scoring other than that. Although I'm not going to start breaking down the game. There's people a lot more intelligent that can do that. But what I would say about England is they went for it till the last. Or they don't seem to give up, this England Lionesses team, which is always quite nice. So I'm hoping the men show a bit of that next season.
It's belief, and I think it comes from winning, doesn't it? They won the tournament.
Well, Serena Wiegmann has now made the last 5 major finals.
Is it 5 or 3?
3 for England, 5 in total. So 2 with the Dutch, 3 with England.
Wow.
For any manager, that is an incredible achievement.
Yeah.
And then I'm not a big fan of Tuchel, so knock him off, get her and see what she can do. But
whip the boys into shape.
Hopefully, Lionesses can go on to win on
Spain?
Sunday. Spain, yeah. I think they beat Germany.
They beat Germany 1-0.
They
cracking cross into the bottom corner.
Yeah, that was definitely a shank.
What I would say is Chloe Kelly scored the winner off a rebound. Now that is somewhat of a debate now because they are, FIFA in all their infinite wisdom are talking about changing that rule. So for anyone watching or listening who's not heard, it's you get 1 crack at the penalty. If it's saved, push onto the post, ball's dead. I don't really understand if it'll go to a goal kick or what. I don't know the ins and outs of it yet, but I know you get 1 chance.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Name one other element of the game where you take a set piece or any, and it's just the ball's just dead straight after. It's just another way of limiting the goals that go in.
Penalty shootout.
Surely, like
but that's not part of the game. That's the whole because that's the whole point of being. You can be booked a second time in the same game and not be sent off because it's not part of that game. It's the
does that run free kicks as well?
No, it's just penalties.
That's what I mean.
So
I think it's stupid. Absolutely ridiculous.
I see where they're coming from, and I listened to Neil Warnock talking about it, and obviously he's always managed what you'd call the underdog, especially in the Premier League. But he quite liked the idea of saying, like, you've got your 1 chance. If the keeper makes a good save, it's done. Like, the keeper's done enough.
Stupid thing to say. It's not 1 chance. You've got the rest of the game to go. Why would you stop
foul,
the game?
Though, so you've been prosecuted's not the right word, but you've been done once. Punished once.
Yeah.
You got 1 crack at it, essentially.
Name another sport where that happens. Basketball, you got your two free throws.
Not interested
Free
in
throw,
other
bang, bang,
sports.
bang. Hockey or whatever else.
Boxing,
What? No other sport does that. It's a stupid thing to do. It's absolutely
But
ridiculous.
football's not really like other sports.
They're on
is
about
it?
changing the
No
offside rule
sport's the
to
same.
increase the amount of goals. The old offside, you all got to be in line. That's what Wenger's going for, isn't he? He wants that. So instead of being a little bit past, your whole body has to be past the whole defender to be offside.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole point of that is to
because we're going to touch
the whole point of that is to get more goals in the game.
We're going to touch on
And this just does the opposite.
rule changes that we would like to see in a moment, and Mike sort of just stepped on mine there. So thanks for that. 'Cause I told
That's
you
been
about
a wrap. He's been trying to do that
I
for
told
years.
you about
though.
it before we come on.
He's been
on
doing that.
things,
He's been
so
trying to do that for years.
I'll think of another rule while we're talking.
Yeah.
But Chalky, you not a fan of the?
No, I think that's one that's got to be left alone. Personally, like I say, I think like we just said a minute ago, it kills goals. Like we all want. I think they're doing that slowly as it is, like killing the goals and the pace of the game as it is. Just keep.
Yeah.
You want to keep people watch for the goals. They don't watch for like dead balls.
I just don't understand at what point would you go, oh, the penalty's done, but you only get that chance. Like, why would you want to take rebounds out? What happens then?
But you could
You're
also
just
argue
kicking and everyone stands there watching?
That's where this double jeopardy come in as well, because you don't now get a red card and a penalty. You get.
But I understand that because that's the case
So
that
it's
was just a massive. No, it's not because you had a massive swing of the game. You lost a player and a penalty. It was a lot big. I understand that to a
but
degree.
a goal's a massive swing of a game, depending on the score. Like if it's a game in the balance,
to a degree, but losing a player and a penalty was a massive thing. I didn't mind that. But the whole point of just no rebound, that's just a stupid thing. As soon as that ball's kicked, it's live. It becomes live, does it not? As a dead ball, as soon as you kick it, it becomes live.
But you could argue...
Then it's just a dead ball still dead.
You could argue you've got one chance to take... A Premier League or professional footballer should be scoring anyway.
Not necessarily. You're up against a professional keeper.
He should be scoring.
That's
what are the odds of penalty taker scores? It's got to be high. Generally, it's got to be high.
Really?
Any Premier League or professional player, I understand pressure does weird stuff to you. You should be scoring that.
I'm sorry, but it's harsh to say that because you can save a penalty, even a good penalty can be saved. A great penalty, admittedly, can't be stopped.
Yeah, I don't
but
think
a good penalty can still be saved. No, of course, a good penalty can be saved. A good penalty can be saved.
What you define as a good penalty?
I'd say like 70-30 the attacker. I'd say.
I'd go higher. I'd go 90-10. How often do you see him saved? Not often. Unless Pickford's in goal, you don't see him saved often.
There's keepers out there that are really good at penalties. As much as I hate it, Martinez is good at penalties. Pickford, excellent at penalties. Yeah, there are keepers out there that are really good at penalties. Yeah, which make it hard because they're good because they're big. They go the right way. They can read the body language, and you can go the right way, and it gives you the massive chance of saving it.
You should be scoring penalties.
I don't disagree. You should, but you can still save penalties.
So right, if you've got a penalty conceded against you, say Liverpool, Everton, they've conceded a penalty.
Right.
Whichever team you're supporting on the day. So Liverpool, Everton. You're expecting to concede, are you not? When that penalty's been given against
expecting to concede is not as different thing.
Yes or no? Are you expecting to concede?
Who's taking it?
Regardless who takes it, are you expecting to concede?
No, because Pickford's in goal. Of course I expect him to save it.
You've just said that. Mike's trying to be funnier, but generally you're expecting the ball to go in.
Yeah, but that's not the argument. The
whole argument so you've got that one chance and you should score.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Then the point of the game is it's saved and pushed away. If you push the ball away properly, it's out anyway. But then the ball's still live. It just kills the excitement of the game.
Like if you've gone, like Pickford saved a few of his feet and then they're bound to go.
That's a penalty. Perfect example.
Yeah, if you've saved with your feet, it's hard, but you can still kick it with some force that it goes up and away or whatever.
I don't love the rule, but I can understand why they would do it.
No, I think it's a stupid rule.
The new rule I do like though is if the keeper holds on to it a certain amount of time,
it's 8 seconds.
Yeah, 8 seconds, and otherwise it's a corner. I think that stops a lot of say Newcastle quite bad for it.
It used to be an indirect free kick, didn't it?
Pickford.
Don't use that on
I think Pickford's fucked this year as well. He might give away a few corners.
Anyone who's winning.
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
To do it.
But Pickford and I think Newcastle in the past. I think Arsenal. They say they had dark arts, don't they?
I'm sorry. I think Alisson held on to it for about 2 hours, didn't he, this season?
When?
This season, he was bad for it.
I don't know. My favourite clip actually is of Pickford doing that thing first when he caressed the ball.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, and then
back. But no, I quite like that rule. I think that's a. Like I said, it might make the game flow a bit more.
Yeah, I agree. I do like that. There needs to be something because when the keeper's got the hands, there's nothing any player can do about it to get it off him. So it needed to be something of you need to get it out of your hands.
I do think it obviously.
I could have sworn it used to be an indirect free kick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe a little while. I don't know, but I like the corner's a nice touch.
But again,
I think it just used to be a booking, and then you're told to play on.
I think.
Yeah, but if you then obviously kept doing it, it would have then been punished.
Because no one then would keep it.
It's going to favour big teams as well.
Oh, then you get sent off, I suppose.
If big teams, like say these, I don't know, like say like. Liverpool playing, I don't know, Burnley, they're 1-0 up, and he's trying his best to like run down time, and like say they've got to go for it, haven't they? Like they've got to just smash out field. But then you might see more of that. You might see less of this like little tiki taka by the box. They might just get rid, and like teams should, like say these lower teams, they need like, I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember, it was last year, but I think it was Wolves against Liverpool, and they were doing all right. They were winning, and like they just would keep doing this tiki taka, and they go and concede from it. Like it's only Pep's teams and
Short one, Southampton.
Wolves did it as well, because I remember watching it. Like say they gave it away. I think it's either Nelson Semedo or something like that. But he gave it away like right in a dangerous area, and like say straight away they're on it. But like I say, if he just kicked up the line, like none of that would have happened. So I think you might see a little bit more of Route 1.
I don't know. Either that or they're just going to roll it out and try and play out from it, aren't they?
I think it's one of those rules that which won't be enforced. They'll get hurried and hurried and hurried.
I'll tell you who it will be enforced against. Someone playing Liverpool, and Liverpool are chasing the game, or United. Or
it'd be one of them things. It'll be enforced right at the start, like last season. What was it last season? Kicking the ball away, and Arsenal got done with that a couple of times, didn't they?
When
it'll
it
be
keepers
enforced
as
right
well.
at the start.
Keepers being fouled, I think, was because didn't Wolves not get a penalty? Was it start of last season? Do you remember? United, Onana came out.
I think that end of.
I thought Onana came out, clattered someone, nothing was given, and then they were like, oh, so then they looked for that more. But yeah, I think like you said, kicking away was quite big because
Declan Rice did it.
Punished
Trossard, a week later, yeah.
But I find they enforce these, like, they have these rules set at the beginning of the season, and then they like proper strict on them. Uproar gets, there's a lot of uproar from fans, and then it also slowly starts like. Because towards the end of the season, people were kicking the ball away or just touching it away like Rice did, and then
they become more lax on it as the season goes on, don't they? Yeah.
So, if you could implement any rule or change any rule, what rule would you go for? Charlie?
So I'll actually bring back. I don't know if they've done it. I can't remember when they last done it. If I'm honest with you, but in tournament football, I'd have golden goal in extra time. I think that would be chaos.
I think that would be interesting, and I think you'd also see teams absolutely flying for it.
Yeah, because a lot of extra times they're like just casual, like we should go penalties.
You get the subs. Golden goal. The subs start coming on for penalties, don't they?
Yeah.
They start planning for it.
If you've got exactly, people plan for penalties.
So
have golden goal.
The golden goal rule was last used in a major international football tournament at the 2002 FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
Was that Gascoigne?
And the last one was scored by. Manziz, I said that completely wrong, I'd imagine, for Turkey against Senegal. But
I just think golden goal would be football gold.
It's exciting, isn't it? Golden goal.
I didn't realise it was as late as 2002.
Yeah, I'd love
to. The only time I remember golden goal was I was watching an old England game where the whole goes through Gascoigne's foot thing. Yeah. He's on the line, he just misses it.
You got to think imagine like England tournament football. Like say 104th minute or whatever, someone scores a screamer for England. That'd be so good.
I think the problem with that is it would be really good, but then you've got that VAR will come in. So you'd be like you'd have a scrappy goal scored and goal. Everyone would go absolutely nuts, and you spend 20 minutes while they VAR it, and the whole team's all just on the pitch going, is he giving it? Is he getting the whole crowd? Everyone's waiting, and then it's that second big cheer when he goes, yeah, it's a goal or no. You know what I mean? It'd be all right. I think it would be mad when a good goal goes in or a goal does go in, but. I think you still get a lot of.
When it goes against you're fuming. It goes with you're so happy.
Yeah.
But tournament football, I'd bring back golden goal.
I think that's a good idea. To be fair, imagine watching a Champions League final with golden goal.
Yeah.
I think it'd bring a lot more excitement to the match, wouldn't
it? It'd put a lot more on extra time, wouldn't it? There'd be a lot more at stake.
So, Mike, what's your?
I don't know, to be honest.
If only we'd given you time to think about it.
You told me today, to be fair. To be honest, I'd be half tempted a small change, just throw-ins. I just get fed up with the amount of foul throws that happen, and it just seems an absolute null and void point. Just let them throw it in however they want, whatever they want. Just lob it into the pitch. What does it matter how they throw it? They don't seem to give free kicks for it anyway.
Get an unfair advantage, can you? If someone's just like launching it with one arm.
Yeah, but if we can all do it, it doesn't matter. If you can all have access to the same technique and access, it doesn't matter.
Surely they just kick it in. If you're going to do that, just kick it in.
No, because then it's a free kick or a corner, isn't it? It's roll in or throw in or whatever. Like Delac could throw it to the back post anyway. He had an unfair advantage, and he could throw it the same way as everyone else could. There's always going to be someone who can throw it in one way or another.
I don't know.
I would just take the throw ball out. Just look, as long as it comes from your hands, who cares?
When I'm watching football, though, I do quite often think that's a foul throw. That's a foul throw.
There's so many foul throws.
Yeah.
There's so many foul throws, and they're
So
never
you'll
punished.
wait
They're
to-
just
So instead of just making sure it's enforced, do you think just throw it how you want?
as long as it's thrown, one hand, as long as your feet are behind the
You're
line,
gonna
who
do that,
cares?
may as well kick it in.
No, you're
Just
not,
get a
because
kick
you can
on
kick it a lot further than you can throw it, unless you're Rory Delap.
Yeah, the keeper's up there.
Well, you could, couldn't you? Then essentially.
Yeah, but then you've got a massive risk if it doesn't go there. You're
Exactly.
80, 90 yards away from your goal.
I don't know.
But no, it's just the foul throw rule for me is just never enforced. What's the point bloody having it?
Can't say I'm a fan of that one, if I'm honest.
No.
So I was going to say about offside, and I think similar to Wenger, to be fair, if any part of you is in line with the defender, just let the goal stand. Let him be onside, because VAR is chalking off so many goals for offside now.
Yeah.
Just if you're going to look that closely into it, give the attacker a bit more.
The semi-automated
Leeway.
offsides are pretty good though, so they do speed it up a bit.
Yeah, it does, but it'd be even easier if you say, right, his foot is behind his knee or thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe just go, right, it's their foot, their knee or their head. If you're in front of one of those body parts, you're offside, rather than going, let's check his armpit.
I saw quite a good point of someone said if the point of contact was onside, so if it comes in the cross and you're stood offside, but you use your left foot to score and your left foot was onside, all right, it counts. Because that's what you used to score. That's what you used to score. It was
I still
onside.
think that's quite complicated. If
It
you
might
just
be,
say,
yeah.
if any part of you is level with, even if you say your foot or your head.
It gives. I think the whole point of what it originally used to be was if you are past them, it's because it gave the defenders such a disadvantage. If they can have almost a whole body past you, they've got to turn and run.
Yeah, you said disadvantage. We all want to see more goals, but
Yeah.
both teams are playing to the same rules.
Well, that's what I made the point I made about thrones. We didn't like it.
Because it's a crap idea.
Yeah, well, shut up then. You can't make your point and not my point.
I just think if part of you's in line,
You'll get a lot more goals.
yeah, and
You'll get a
surely
lot
that's
more
what
goals.
people want to see.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole point of the game with that penalty thing. It's gonna stop goals. If you want more goals in the game, then you have to have rules that fluctuate.
I think what all you want really is like say all this like robotic side to side passing. Everyone just wants football back, don't they? Because like I say, as time goes on, it is all getting a bit robotic, isn't it?
It's getting a bit play safe.
You just
isn't
want
it?
it to be a bit exciting
Yeah.
again, don't you? Like Golden Goal would do that. I think having the offside rule change I suggested would do that. I tell you what wouldn't do that is the stupid throwing idea.
I disagree. Disagree.
But
Quick
I
throw,
think-
bang, gone.
Like, so we just want to see a bit more excitement again, don't we? Like a bit more like Barclays days. But see, I would just get rid. If I could do anything, I think it'd just be getting rid of VAR. I think I'd keep the semi-automated offsides, keep goal line technology.
Semi-automated
and
is
then-
good.
I'd keep
So
VAR.
I'd keep that. Keep goal line.
I'd
Just
keep
fair
VAR. You
less
just have to.
interpretation.
It just needs to be streamlined and be a bit
It's not
faster.
the problem with VAR is people expect 100% success rate, and you're not going to.
And the thing is, there's a lot of rules that are ambiguous and down to interpretation. So there's no one's ever going to agree on all
And
the
plus
rules, no matter what rule you use. So people prefer the referee element because that was his view and his view were there and then. So to try and add more angles in, you're just getting more people's opinions mixed in with each other.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to say. It's all opinions, isn't it? Like what you think is a foul and what I think is a foul, especially depending on what team it is.
You
It's
could
gonna be a lot different.
understand a referee making a mistake. Gets one chance at it and it goes. You could think, terrible decision, fair enough. You maybe had to play a slightly blocking, your liner couldn't see it probably. When they're looking at it 10, 15, 20, the examples Putnam's made is Tarkowski against you last season. It should have been a red.
Yeah,
They looked at that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Like you could see, right, the ref's obviously not seeing that right. Maybe he's not seeing the content. You could have probably forgiven it.
Yeah.
If they're looking that much into it,
Yeah.
you'd think,
I think.
sort of get the stuff the ref can't see.
Yeah.
But
I think the problem they had is what they did is they said if there's an obvious error. Because as soon as they said it's an error, they were basically saying the ref's made a mistake. Whereas I think they should have just ignored that and gone, no, it's not an error. Okay, right. The ref said, the ref's relaying this decision to the VAR. VAR will make the decision. Okay, well, we think after these angles, we're going to make this decision. No, you're not making an error. We're making the decision based on the fact that we've got these angles, these cameras, doing all that.
Or even
Because
you could go, there's another sort of rule change kind of thing. So each game, you get
like tennis.
1 to 3 chances to call for VAR.
Yeah, like tennis
And
too.
after that, you got no more.
I don't really like
Because I spoke to him about this, and it's a bit like say you call for a VAR call. If you get the decision overturned, you keep it like tennis do.
Yeah.
But if it's wrong, no, we're keeping our ruling, or we're not changing our ruling, or we are changing our ruling. Okay.
Make
So
the game run.
what though if you've lost 3 subjective decisions that could have gone either way, and then there's an absolute blatant. Someone gets
your fault for calling it.
That's why you don't. Yeah, but tactically you'd leave one, wouldn't you? If there's one that's a bit on the edge, you want to use your last one on that, would you? You'd think about it. You'd be tactical.
Like Liverpool going for the title, and you think like the Tarkowski red card, and they've still stuck by it. What are you thinking then? You've then lost it. Say then Everton score, he's 3 yards offside. Lino's missed it. How are you then feeling? Because that red card probably should have been given. Yeah. It's not, and now you've missed out on that offside because of it.
Yeah, it's all part of it, isn't it?
But can you imagine the few?
You also have the same way with offsides, don't you? You'd get the offside one, would you? You're fine.
I don't like the idea.
I think that gives the manager more match power.
Yeah.
Because as soon as that starts, all he's got is subs and communicate with his players. That then brings the element of, right, well, I'm tactically going to make that decision. I'm going to call that right. I don't think that's not going to change the game. I'm not going to use all my 3 on that. I think it gives the manager a bit more of a game manipulation, a bit more of a tactical manager.
You could keep it, and then, like say, you get a bit like, say, manager play in it.
Or even you give it to the captain, don't you? Because if the captain's got to give it to the ref, then the captain holds that, and that captain has it depending on how he does it.
Because a player, like say, your captain as well, like say, he'll know whether he thinks that you should go for it. So there'll be a lot of captain play and manager play.
I quite like the idea of the whole giving tokens for the VAR chance calls, as it were.
No, I'm not a fan. No. I mean, let us know in the comments whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify. Maybe I'll put a poll out. Should VAR have lives, I guess?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I don't like the idea.
No, I love it.
I can just imagine it, and it would definitely come against Liverpool. Everyone get robbed 3 decisions, and then something blatant in the last minute, like your Jamie Carragher throwing Lescott to the floor, or Jack Rodwell getting sent off, which is never a red card. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And you just guarantee you'd get away with something, and the fume because you've lost 3 subjective decisions. Like, the chances you're going to lose 3 subjective ones are slim, but
but that's why it's down to the managers to say you'd keep one for a blatant one, wouldn't you?
The problem with the refs need to take more responsibility again. I think now they just let stuff go and think, be alright.
Yeah, VAR will deal with it.
Yeah, VAR can sort it out, be alright.
So it's all, like I say, it's all just opinion. Like Mike said earlier, it's all opinions on it. Like what I think's a foul, what you think's a foul, what Mike think's a foul is 2 different, like it's 3 different things. Like, and especially when it's your team as well. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's leaning against their team as well. Like if it's a neutral match, you can sort of think
bit more.
Yeah.
I think even for a neutral, it's like you have a team you slightly favour, so you sort of you're always a little bit, maybe less. Obviously, going a lot less when you're looking at your own team and another team. But if I'm watching Liverpool Chelsea, I'm leaning for Chelsea.
Yeah. The same. If I'm watching a game against United, I think everything's a foul against them.
I mean, refs have got to get better. Scrap VAR, and you ain't got to worry about any of it.
Yeah,
I think. So we're just going to touch on quickly. We are doing our own fantasy football league on the Premier League app. If you do win that, if you enter it and do win it, you will win a mystery shirt. And also, as a podcast, we are going to, in our own team...
All have a team?
No, we're doing one collective team.
Not have our own teams as well?
I wish you'd read the chat. I wish you'd read the chat. So we're going to all enter our own teams, but that doesn't matter. And also, we're going to enter a podcast team. If you finish above that podcast team, our podcast team, you will also be entered into a draw to win a mystery shirt. So we are giving away 2 mystery shirts. All you have to do is subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on TikTok. If you don't have TikTok, don't worry about that bit, but if you do, I suppose there's no way we'll actually know if you've got TikTok. But we will trust you. We will put our faith in you.
Well, we can write it down. Who's done what?
Yeah. So we've had a few entrants already. I think maybe next week or the week after we'll put our team together. But I'm not sure.
Transfers.
I'm not sure what that's going to go with the 4 of us because for my personal team, I refuse to have any Liverpool players. Not sure that's going to fly with this, especially because I want this team to do quite well, so there's less chance of people winning a shirt. So now, do you think it's going to go chalky?
I think it'll be alright. Like I say, Hickers will be back.
Yeah, I mean, Hickers isn't here. I just sorry to interject. Hickers is incredible at this. He's one. We've said there's about 12 of us that do a league every year.
Yeah,
he wins it every year. So whoever takes down Hickers, fair play to you. But
you deserve a medal if you take down Hickers.
Yeah. You watch, he'll absolutely flop this year. But I'm quite intrigued to see how we'll go. I mean, I'm sure we're going to clash on a few players, few positions. Whether it'll be putting Haaland or Salah or trying to find a way to get both in. And if you're not actually into fantasy football, then maybe just give it a go this year and see if you can beat us. I'll tell you one thing for free, you will definitely beat Mike.
Sorry, who didn't beat me last year?
Yeah,
And I stopped playing halfway through.
There's a one-off. No, you didn't.
I did.
No, we got messages. We got receipts.
You got receipts?
Yeah, we got receipts. Ask a friend of the show.
I think my last
Johnny,
transfer
about
was January. I think I followed the actual transfer windows.
So, just something slightly different to end on. So, as of next week, we are going to have a frame in the middle of our table, and that will have what I like to call, or not I like to call it, but what is called a Barclays man. But how we're going to do this is we are going to give you 3 clues into who it might be next week. So obviously we don't have one this week. It's something new we're bringing into the episode. So if you guess this player, you will get basically a shout out on the show. We will, read your name essentially. Quite exciting if you're into that. So your 3 clues this week are: he has scored 95 goals in the Premier League. He has played for 4 Premier League clubs, and he has scored a hat-trick for 3 of them. Let us know in the comments, or you can send us a message. If you get that right, we will give you a shout out on the show. But thank you very much for watching, listening. Thank you very much everyone who got involved in the live podcast last week as well. It was quite good, and we're hoping to do another one soon. And we'll see you next time.
If you are liking the content here at the Armchair's View, then please drop us a follow and give us a like. We would really appreciate it.